What's going on, guys? It's What's Up Wednesday, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things to go along with progressive overload. Now, this is something that is one of my favorite things that is to talk about in the wrong sense of progressive overload. So, today we're going to be talking about junk volume. What is junk volume? Well, when we talk about progressive overload, last time we talked about the few main ways or the key ways that you can continue to progress by either adding weight, by adding reps, or by adding sets, or a combination of the three. Junk volume is when you see people just continually add sets and reps to their workout routine. A lot of times people have the notion that you have to have intensely sore muscles to get a good workout or for your muscles to grow. Studies have actually shown that that's not the case. Now, it's not to say that a little bit of soreness isn't good, but just because you are extremely sore because you decided to go in and do 30, 40, 50 sets does not mean that it's going to yield muscle growth, right? Take a look at sprinters, or excuse me, not sprinters, but distance runners, right? You can have somebody that can go out and run 4, 5, 6, 10 miles, and then they run a marathon. Their legs are completely sore, but it doesn't mean that they're going to yield muscle growth. You get to a point of diminishing returns, meaning that you'll only go so far before you're no longer gaining a benefit or a good result from what you're doing. So when we use the term junk volume, it means just adding useless reps and sets. And I get asked this question a lot. How many reps and how many sets should I be doing? What I typically ask is, how intense is your training? Because that's really what it's going to come down to. Are you taking your sets to failure? Whether that's mechanical failure, meaning that you're at the point where you can no longer get a good rep. Whether that's complete failure, where you just can't get the bar or the weight up anymore. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to take every single set to failure, but you should be coming very, very close. And the reason that I say this is because a lot of times people think that they're close to failure, but they still have 5, 6, 7 reps left in the tank. So why continue to add more sets when you're not getting the most out of what you're already doing? So don't fall victim to junk volume. There's a couple of ways that you can make sure that you're keeping your intensity high while you're training. Number 1, are you taking your sets to failure? Number 2, are you at a point where you can no longer increase the weight? Now, if you get to a point where you can no longer increase the weight, and it's going to happen, you can only go up in weight so much. Otherwise, everybody would be out squatting 1,100 plus pounds, benching 600, 700 plus pounds. Your body's going to get to a point where it can only do so much. So then you need to go into what I call advanced techniques or modifiers, things like rest pause, where you might take a set to failure or close to, rack it, do about a 10 to 12 second count, and then repeat the set again. Do that 2 or 3 times. That's going to allow you to get the most out of your one set. Things like cluster sets, where you're doing a series of mini sets inside of one set. So that might look something like this. I did it for shoulders today. So you would take a weight and you would do 6 to 7 reps, put them down, do about a 10-second count, and then another 6 reps. Another 10-second count, another 6 reps. Repeat that 3 or 4 times. So you're doing a series of 3 to 4 mini sets of 6 reps within one set. So 6, pause, 6, pause, 6, pause, 6. That's one set. You'll repeat that 3 or 4 times. By adding intensity to your workouts, it alleviates the need for junk volume, right? Because you can actually overtrain. A sense of useless reps, right? You want to maximize your time in the gym. You want to maximize each set, each rep, and make sure that you're getting the most out of it. So next time you look to add something to your workout to get more out of it, look for things that are going to give you higher intensity. Again, you don't necessarily have to push more weight, but you want to make sure that you're getting the most out of the weight that you're pushing. So don't look to go in and do 6 different exercises at 5 sets per exercise. It's a lot of times just way too much. Now, there are some people, and of course with everybody, there are some people where that works for them. But for the majority of people, it does not. So if you're looking to get the most out of your workouts, make sure that you're going in, you're focusing on the contraction, right? You're making sure that you focus on the squeeze and really take your mind through what muscle is moving. For instance, when we do a lat pull down, I see a lot of people that want to engage first right here and they'll squeeze in the biceps. Now, the bicep should be the secondary mover in this exercise, not the primary. So if you're squeezing with your biceps first, that means that they're going to take the majority of the load. You want to make sure that you're focusing on pulling the elbow down and engaging the back so that as you come down, you squeeze into the lat and come up and stretch. So by doing even little things like that, it's going to allow you to alleviate not having junk volume. I hope this helps you guys out. And for more training tips, make sure that you continue to like, subscribe, give me a follow, and I would love to answer any other additional questions that you guys have going on. For training inquiries, you can reach me at dgrogans39@gmail.com. Have a good day.